If you want to be able to force somebody to take your lessons in order, for example, in my Fluent CRM course, if I wanted someone to first learn how to set up Amazon SES and then set up their SMTP plugin before learning how to use Fluent CRM, I can implement a new feature in the Thrive Apprentice drip functionality to force users to mark a lesson complete before they're allowed to go on to the next one. That stops them from skipping lessons and perhaps learning something or getting access to content that they may not yet be ready to learn. So let's take a look at how to accomplish that. Inside of our course in Thrive Apprentice, we want to go to the drip tab and create a new drip campaign. Here we want to select the new sequential unlock. Now you have a couple of options. What should trigger the campaign? You can do user starts the course, and this might be a good one for like a free course or a course that's part of a bundle or a membership where somebody gets access to all of the courses at once. I find that technically this doesn't matter too much when it comes to unlocking the lessons in order. So if this were like a single course that were just for sale, you might say, okay, when the user purchases the course, that's going to trigger that these unlock in order. You can kind of see it doesn't really matter, but we'll stick with user purchases the product, which is a course inside of a Thrive Apprentice product, and then we can choose when to unlock content. And I suppose that this might matter for what you choose for the trigger, because here you can choose whether or not you want the content to only unlock after they mark the previous lesson complete, or you can kind of do a compound drip effect here where let's say a user purchases a product and we want our lessons inside of our course to unlock one lesson every week on any day of the week, depending on when they signed up. We can still do that and basically force their progress to be limited based on time while still forcing them to complete the lessons in order. So if you look down here, we have force users to complete the course in order, and that's really what matters. So you can mix and match your drip. We also have the ability down below to show locked content in the lesson lists. If I turn this off, that means the user is only going to see the content that has been unlocked for them. So it's almost like a triple drip effect, right? We've got the user purchases the product, and every week a new lesson unlocks. And they have to complete the lessons in order, and they can't see the content until they've unlocked it. Personally, if you're going to do it that way, I would leave this one checked so that users can see what's coming up. I find that it helps users to progress through content, but there are use cases where this might be helpful. For example, a live cohort, you can pre-plan each week's lessons inside of Thrive Apprentice and publish them so that you don't have to go in there and manually do it, but the user's only going to see it once time progresses and once they've unlocked the lesson by completing the previous one. So there's lots of different use cases that you can mix and match and kind of make this however fits your business. Now, let's say we just wanted to keep this really simple and this was just a free course that we're giving someone access to, perhaps through the use of a lead magnet. I have a whole video here on the channel. In the upper right-hand corner, you should see that coming up now, where you can learn how to give away courses as lead magnets. And this might be a great way to have users complete lessons in order before unlocking the next one. So in that case, you could do user purchases the product or user starts the course. Either one should work in a free lead magnet, but we're going to leave custom unlock conditions alone and then just say force the user to complete the course in order. Oh, and we'll turn on this show locked content and then click create my campaign. Now you'll see here that the first module is unlocked because the first lesson starts as unlocked. In this example, the user would take lesson 1, and then they would take lesson 2, and they would unlock it once the previous one is marked as complete. At any time, I can manually take control of adding different features here. I could say that I want this module here to unlock sequentially, but if I go down here where in my Fluent CRM course I have just kind of like a hodgepodge collection of lessons, maybe I just want these ones to be open. So I could add a new rule and I could say that these are going to be available after a campaign trigger, or I could say after the user starts the course. I could open these up in a week, in a day, etc. So there's lots of different options for you to come in here. And again, that's kind of the theme of this whole drip setup. There's so many different options for you to control when and how users get access to the lessons inside of your courses. And once you have your drip campaign set up, on the right-hand side here in the upper right, this is where you can get access to those forcing users to complete their lessons sequentially. And you can see what happens when I toggle that on and off. And of course, we have the ability to hide those lessons if they're not unlocked. And that's all up here for you. Thrive Apprentice's drip functionality surpasses any other course platform out there. And if you have any questions about how to use it or how to implement something for your business, please feel free to reach out or leave a comment down below.